We're about to transcend and go to another level. The thing about a feature is they get a chance to say they have a chunk of time, they plan it, they know what they want to do, and they go in depth. The person that's about to read for you has been reading poetry for like years and years and years. Years and years and years. Very experienced. And she's still writing. She hasn't stopped. Probably will not stop. And what you're going to hear is a voice that the voice might be gentle. I'm just going to say, the voice might be gentle, but the words, the thoughts, and the terms, and what goes through your minds may not quite be gentle. She has a good sense of humor, a really good sense of humor, a sense of care, and like many poets today are going, WTF with the world. But I don't think she's going to cover that ground too much. You can't help but being annoyed sometimes, right? Oh my goodness. You're a poet and you have this world. You go, anyway. Kathleen McClung is a wonderful speaker, has a beautiful voice. Her soul will sing before your very eyes. And we will be aware of everything she says. She's on the record tonight. Give her a beautiful round of applause.
I want to make sure I have this set perfectly. This is going to get almost like, really close. Yeah. Is that good?
That's good. That's really good.
All right, let me make sure we have you focused.
Thank you so much, Dan. That was a beautiful introduction. I'm really touched. And I want to dedicate my reading tonight to the San Francisco Tenants Union and all those who are activists on behalf of affordable housing here in San Francisco. I've lived in San Francisco in the same apartment for almost 30 years, and it's due to people like the Tenants Union and activists. So thank you for all you do. I'm going to start tonight with a sequence of sonnets called Renter Sonnet, and these grow out of my experience living in the same apartment for 30 years. She hangs her yoga pants petite across our shared back porch, one clip for every sock and bra and thong. So when time comes to toss foul compost down the chute, I hunch and walk like Quasimodo through this laundered maze. It's vexing, dodging Calvin Klein prayer flags. Wait, that's unkind. I'm clueless what she pays for lingerie. While hunched, I don't read tags en route to shoot. Unneighborly, I know this metered airing of minute discord. Wise souls, quit rhyming their complaints and go ring doorbells. Speak aloud, needs unignored. When I at last grow bold, we'll have it out. By talking trash, we'll make our peace, no doubt. She's making peace, no doubt, between the kids by yelling from the kitchen their first names. I hear her weariness and clanging lids and music, not my taste, but no one blames her for this whirl of sounds. I only wish for thicker walls, for space between, a yard of elms. But no, we are conjoined, twin-ish. We rent identical units. What's hard, 4 people live in hers, and 2 are young, with baby teeth and pup-tent beds. The man, 19, supremely new, invents egg song they won't forget, then leaves, revs his sedan, honks a farewell. Inside, she combs their hair, and bickering resumes. I say a prayer. I say a prayer for cats dotting windows and huddling under cars, spooked by this street. the plump who snooze serene in rooms, and those whose faces, sizes, names, quirks, and complete health charts cram flyers tacked to poles. Rewards are promised, coaxing safe return of Spanky, Ringo, Cinnamon, Marbles, asthmatic, microchipped, and shy. Who earns these prizes? Anyone? Hope withers, wanes in each apartment on this block. The time we mourn does vary. Some may entertain their guests of grief for years, no new pets. I'm inclined to wait, gaze through this glass, revere the wordless, wild or tame, missing or here. I'm going to skip to a couple more of these renter sonnets. A face, a shirt, a glowing cigarette. Alberto, single dad, each night, curbside. He paces, pensive, grim. He may have debt or trouble with his ex. He doesn't hide his woes. He sprinkles clues like ashes, small, combustible. He greets neighbors by rote. Another day in paradise is all he says. His irony, a dark, thick coat. No hood or sleeves or warmth. Does it protect the man? It may, for now. He pulls it tight and squashes butts beneath his shoe, collects them, banishing the compost bin. Polite. We share a roof, faucets that drip, and brief salutes at 10 p.m. I smell his grief. Renter sonnet number 7. At 10 p.m., I emptied parking lot. Praise fog, lone owl. Stow briefcase, Shakespeare. Pile those earnest midterm essays you have not read yet. Hear wipers squeaking. Drive. Meanwhile, your neighbors exercise, shampoo their hair, or sing their kids to sleep, or rage at God, or scan porn sites, etc. Night air consoles you, most of you, uncertain, flawed, at home or changing lanes, resolving to clean litter box, do dreaded laundry in the morning, sheets, towels, rugs. If nothing's new under the sun or moon, drive, breathe, begin to mourn again, dear renter, freshly laundered loss, a key, wet matches, yoga pants petite, a cross.
All right.
I grew up in Sacramento, and this recent heat wave we've had, which thankfully seems to be ending, reminded me of those summers in Sacramento when it was incredibly hot, over 100 often. And it reminded me of probably my earliest memory was running through sprinklers when I was about 2 or 3 years old. So I'm going to read next a sestina about growing up in Sacramento. It's called Golden State. Before I learned to walk, my father started his first state job. Decent money, elevator, pension plan, an hour for lunch. He slicked his hair, shined his shoes, knotted 4 skinny ties, a saucer of cufflinks. The men in his building, a blur of navy blue in 1961, They would have to wait a decade till they could let it all hang out, smoke grass, sport a ponytail, a goatee. I crawled in spring grass my father mowed on Sundays, shirtless, as if to state, I'm free, untethered. Once sure-footed, I couldn't wait to run, to see and grab it all, hurtle through space, hour after hour, through unlatched gates, doors propped ajar in buildings. My mother bought a harness, pink, a sort of leash, $4 at Woolworth's. Worth every cent, she said, for peace of mind. Hers, not mine. She let me loose in parks, on grass, beneath oak branches, where she could watch me building speed, scatter disgruntled geese, exult in sprinkler mist. A state of grace, of bliss, are they the same? I do know those hot hours pulsed with something, marking me like new sunburn. No need to wait, no word for wait. Heat, shade, running, mine, enough. We wait for so much, don't we? Liberation, ecstasy. Those afternoons, 4 o'clock, 90 plus, all my exclamations simple in those hours. No, no, Mom, no, me, look, ducks! But I had cool grass beneath my feet, and cloudless sky, and arms to flap, to state my kinship with those skittish birds. What were we building by that pond? Girl, off leash, and urban geese? And in his building, AC full blast, was he engrossed, absorbed, or did my father wait for 5 p.m., for happy hour peanuts at Frank Fat's? His state of mind, I only guess at now. He's gone. Ashes. I like to think at 4:15 he capped a ballpoint, closed his eyes, saw fresh mown grass delighting his unbridled daughter, cradling her fall. Our ecstasies do end. We fly with outstretched arms for half an hour, then tumble, skin a knee, release a whimper, then a wail, building in intensity. And if we're lucky, someone runs across the grass, a mother or a friend, and dabs at wounds with tissues, waits for wailing to die down. But others falling may snap spines, wail forever, lifetimes, only muffled, bottled, needled, altered states. The little hand is close to 5. She named the hour, and tuneless, whistled grass away from fingers, toes. She harnessed, promised me. Dad's building will be cool. We'll ride the elevator up and down 4 times. Just that. And I'm going to end with one more poem. I drove from San Francisco to Sacramento probably 2,000 times in my life to visit my father before he died. And so this poem is titled Pilgrims on I-80. Let's stop and stretch. I jab the windshield glass. The signs like all on I-80. We pass en route to Sacramento. Flat, square, green, and arrows, unambiguous. We've seen 600 off-ramps on this trip, but slowed for none till now. This exit, Pitt School Road, has services, an Arco, KFC, a Safeway, Starbucks, and some history. I picture boys in knickers, girls in braids, Their satchels, primers, report cards with grades Miss Henley lettered carefully. Blue ink for every A and every F. I think Pitt School was raised before my birth. Too small, too old, too far from town. The reasons all make perfect sense. But still, I mourn each time I take this turnoff, park the car, and climb from bucket seat to stand upright in air. Tom braves the mini-mart for snacks to share, while I do knee bends, touch my toes, and roam the lot. We're traveling to my father's home, but he's not there. He died last year. I know this exit well, where Pitt School was, where no memorials, no shrines consecrated grass, where grass itself gave way for cars to pass. Relentless tide, unbeautiful, unwet. I breathe not incense, but exhaust fumes. Yet I choose this asphalt church to pause and rest, read kooky bumper stickers. I'm not blessed, unless we all are. Anyone who speeds or blows a tire or stiff from driving needs a neck rub, lemonade, a roadside prayer approaching Sacramento. Anywhere. Thanks so much.